What up, boils and ghouls, and welcome to another episode of Creeps of the Crypt, a podcast nobody asked for. I'm your host, John, and along with me, as always, is my co-host,
Other Alan. What up, guys?
What up? And we had technical difficulties, and then on top of having the technical difficulties, we were recording for an hour, and then we realized we were not recording. Yeah, so that's great. So if we were a little bit abrupt in this podcast, because we recorded a whole hour, we were talking about great films. We were talking about Carlito's Way and all these other things. We were getting into it. We were having a discussion about film, and then we were excited about plans that I was having because I'm excited doing this podcast now. I used to not be that excited recording this podcast, but because Alan had fun filming the commentary for Vault of Horror, and I did too when I did Tales, the original Tales from the Crypt film, I was like, you know what? Because he wants to do Demon Knight, and I do too. I mean, we could record it and just wait until the season, because I wanted it to come out
at some point.
Yeah, when the season of the we got to this too close to the year, because the movie came out in '95, and the shows we're right now in '92. So I wanted to wait to release it till '95, around then. But yeah, we could record it before. But I was like, I said, oh, we got to do a good part of this too. Oh my god. Where I said, what did I say? I said, oh, we could. There's another movie I found something about that's basically a Tales from the Crypt film. It was supposed to be the third film, or maybe even the first or second film. I don't know. I forgot when it was released. It was released sometime around now, during these movies. I think that's Death Becomes Her. That was supposed to be a Tales from the Crypt film, and we were like, Alan was like, yeah, that seems like it would be perfect, and I was like, yeah, it would have been fantastic.
Yeah, I was surprised about that because I know I've seen that movie a long while back, but I could definitely, see it being something that made more sense to be a part of this series as a movie, or even if they condensed the plot into the show, it would have been pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it would have been. I mean, you could see it. It's perfect, and it's just Robert Zemeckis is directing. It probably would have been if they did it. I mean, I don't know. Maybe at that time when it was released, the Tales from the Crypt already lost its luster. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, especially we haven't gotten that far, but I mean, I just heard a lot of people mention online that the last season wasn't that great because I think they moved filming out of the LA, because most of the show at least was filmed in LA at some point.
Actually, Death Becomes Her was around now. It was 92. It came out
92. Oh,
yeah. It would have been much better than these 3 episodes.
Yeah, I would have taken that.
Yeah,
watch it.
Take out this garbage. Yeah, this garbage that we're referring to is this episode.
The old two-fisted tails thing. I mean, that's the thing. Like, we gotta keep that in mind, because as much as we'll probably trash this one, is like, it wasn't really intended to be a part of the show. I think it's kind of like a bonus episode in a way.
This is what I'll say. As before I said, normally when we talk this long about other things, an hour, before we actually talk about the episodes, because the episode's not that great, and it's a good episode for something, but not for Tales from the Crypt. Like, it just.
Yeah, if they made like a anthology series about street racers, this would have fit pretty all right. This is
even like
prequel to Fast and Furious or something.
Crime story or something. Like he's a serial, because he is basically. Hey, we'll get into that. But anyway, this episode we're talking about is called King of the Road, and it originally aired technically for Tales from the Crypt on August 8th, 1992. It was written by Randall Johnson and directed by Tom Holland. And Randall Johnson, he wrote what else before this, Alan?
Randall Johnson, he did, it was The Mask of Zorro. I'm going to look up real quick. I know there was another thing I mentioned.
Yeah,
I already forgot. Because I had IMDb pulled up. He wrote the Doors movie with late Val Kilmer.
Yeah.
It's just like it's known, 2 big like writing credits that pull up here on IMDb.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So I mean, it's a decent episode, actually. I mean, it's a decent written piece and filmed. It's not bad for what it is.
It's like you said, like the episode is not terribly made. It just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit with the show. That's kind of the big problem. And I mean, like we usually do when we're gonna. It's
the only problem.
Yeah, that's really the only problem. This is the only one really because it was intended for like the Two Fisted Tales thing, but it's not based on anything. It's like an original story.
Yeah.
That's kind of the trivia for this one that I got.
Yeah, that's about it. And then yeah, so it's directed and stars Brad Pitt, and I had a little thing I wanted to show here, because at this time period, let me go. Let me get this out here.
When did Cool World come out?
Yeah, it came out after this, a little after, same year though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah, I remember watching that movie as a kid, but like, yeah, that's a rough watch. That movie, not that great compared to like what they were doing later on with Roger Rabbit and that same idea with cartoons in real life. Yeah, not one of the best.
This episode stars Brad Pitt, and Brad Pitt at this time was doing a lot of TV stuff. This was right before he kicked off into actual film, like you brought up, Cool World. He started doing, he did Cool World, and he was on the Growing Pains in 2 episodes of Growing Pains. So there's a little segment I put over here of him and Growing Pains, and I had a crush on Tracy Gold back in the day. And so the funny part is that she got lucky. I feel bad for her because she had some issues. Like she thought she was fat, and she became anorexic, and so she was making herself throw up. And the writers like consistently added fat jokes, and like, this messed up. And she was so bad that she had to be written off the show the last season because she looked so sick, and she needed to get help. And she left, but she was still very, very skinny. And I had a crush on her, but I just imagine every time I see her and working with a guy, I'm like, damn, they had to kiss her, and she was always throwing up. But this right here we got clips of Brad Pitt in these TV shows, because he was also Growing Pains, 21 Jump Street. He was in 2 episodes of Growing Pains, playing 2 different people. He was on Growing Pains, and he was also at Freddy's Nightmares, which is what we're going to compare these 2 episodes to, because this episode, it's okay, just whatever. So we're going to just kind of compare and contrast the 2 and which one was better. I figured that's the way we can make this episode somewhat interesting. But anyway, so did you give the synopsis? I don't even know if you gave the synopsis.
Yeah, I was in the middle of giving it before we realized we weren't recording. So
that's right.
I'll try it again here. So yeah, like we mentioned, the episode's King of the Road. That's what it's called. And Brad Pitt plays Billy. He's kind of like a street racer, and kind of, as we see later on, I guess he's challenged other people before in drag races, pretty much. And Joe Garrett is what I guess the cop that he challenges to later on, played by Raymond J. Barry. I feel like I've seen this guy in other things. So he's got that face. I gotta look up his info here. But
he's been in a lot of things, actually.
Yeah. Basically, he just kind of challenges to a race because he kind of knows something about his past, and then he ends up kidnapping his daughter for leverage to just kind of get him to race him. And then that's kind of pretty much about it. That's kind of the summary of the episode. I mean, we'll get into a little bit more of what else happens, but that's kind of more or less the summary or synopsis of this episode.
Yeah, this guy was in Training Day.
This guy up. Training Day.
Yeah, that's like the main one people would know from. But if they don't watch, Alias.
The dad and the Walk Hard from Dewey Cox. I remember that.
I don't remember that, but I remember the movie was funny, and I think I own it. I haven't watched it since.
Yeah, John C. Reilly is
it's hilarious. It's a great film.
Hilarious. Yeah,
it's a really good movie. But he's an actor that's been like the last guy from the Showdown, the sheriff or bounty hunter. He's been in a bunch of stuff. This guy's been in so many things. You just know him. He's like, hey, it's that guy. So yeah. But Annie Hoozle. So that's what he's basically a serial killer, because we see in the beginning he's facing somebody that looks like, I was looking at that old guy that he's racing against, and I'm like, is that Martin Sheen's brother? Because it looks like Martin Sheen's brother.
Yeah, it's not it's kind of alluded to in a way, but it seems like he's challenged a bunch of people, because later on he gets a tattoo of the cop's name before he goes racing him. But I guess apparently yeah, he's gonna plan to kill him at some point because he had a bunch of names just tattooed on his arm, which is a bit odd. You're gonna be incriminating yourself in all these crimes, and you got all these people's names on your tattooed on your arm.
Yeah, that's
It's a little on the nose there, but yeah, I get it. I guess that's the only like really backstory we can get from Brad Pitt's character.
Yeah, no, I remember that part too. Yeah, but you just see that he's just tracing this. Also, Michelle Bronson, that's the daughter of the guy that Brad Pitt basically wants to race him because he was called the Iceman. He was this race car driver that was, I think he killed somebody. He got into an accident or something. Somebody died or whatever the hell. I don't know. And this guy wants to be like the baddest speed guy. I don't know. I don't know what his real motivation is besides he wants to just race.
I guess, cop. Yeah, that's about it. That's what I gathered from it.
Yeah, I wonder if that guy really is Martin Sheen. I don't know. He kind of looks like Emilio Estevez, like a bootleg version of Emilio Estevez. I do think this crash scene was fantastic in this episode. I will say that.
Yeah, that part was cool.
Yeah,
I like a good practical car crash.
Yeah, and I think this is probably from this time period of Brad Pitt. That's why I showed the clips of Brad Pitt in those other shows. 21 Jump Street, he's barely in it, but he's in an episode, Growing Pains and Freddy's Nightmares. Because we watched Freddy's Nightmares. Well, you watched it. I watched it a long time ago. I didn't rewatch it to remind me of this, but it's like this episode, he's really good. I think he's over the top. He's a little over the top, obviously, right? But he's pretty good compared to his other acting. Like it's another level compared to Freddy's Nightmares. There's a line in Freddy's Nightmares where he runs outside and he's like, I killed the cops. I just started laughing so hard because I'm just like, bro, because that whole thing has a problem. So anyway, that's what this episode's about. He wants to race him and he's trying to instigate this dad as sheriff of this town to get back, because he's tracking these guys down and he's racing them and basically like offing them, like causing them to kill themselves during the race somehow. And then he tattoos their names on his arm, and he goes to this guy's house, to the cop's house. I forgot his name, but he tells him, I'm looking for
Garrett.
I'm looking for a friend of mine. And he goes, oh, what's your friend's name? And then he goes, Iceman. And then he goes away and he's like, what the fuck? He's like, what? I haven't heard that name in years. And he's looking like, where the hell did this guy just disappear to? Like it was a ghost. And then you see Brad Pitt's in his car and he's acting like he's playing chicken with the guy, going head to head, which I think that would have been better than a drag race if they actually played chicken.
That would have been more interesting. Yeah.
You know what's funny though, too? There was a Freddy's Nightmares episode about this kind of thing too, about a kid that was into drag racing. And that was a much better episode than this one, than the Freddy's Nightmares that Brad Pitt is in. But this isn't a terrible episode. But anyway, and later that night he goes to what is like Jackrabbit Slims. That's what it looks like. And
yeah, and then we see that he's a cop and his daughter works there, and they get a little flirtatious with the daughter, and it's all building up to something there.
Yeah, she tells her dad, she goes, don't be a
yeah, Pulp Fiction style.
And then she leaves. But the funny thing is she looks so familiar and she's not in anything. And I'm like, how do I know this girl? And she's in nothing.
They don't even have a photo of her on IMDb. Yeah, so
she's in nothing. And I just swear she looks like I've seen her in something, and I don't know what it could be because it's not here. I never saw Naked Jane. Maybe I saw 976 Wish, but that's a short. There's no way I saw that. So
right.
She's in 5 things. I can't believe this. Maybe it was Naked Jane. I have no idea what that is. Or Blossom Time. And that's not Blossom with... that's not that Blossom that, whatever Joey Lawrence was in. Where he would go, whoa. Yeah. So, it's not that Blossom. Whoa!
Yeah, I mean, he's basically just playing a lot of mind games with him, and then he's just, taking out his daughter and stuff.
Yeah.
His character.
So
Joey Lawrence, yeah.
She starts flirting with him, and then he takes her in the car, or she she kind of flirt. Anyway, the father's there. He approaches the dad. He's like, "Hey," like trying to get him to race again. He's like, "Oh, just look, I was just messing with you, pal. But like, it would be really awesome if we could like race one-on-one because I could just share the road with, the Iceman." And he's like, "I have no idea what you're talking about," and drives away, and kind of like, and then so he like, it's like belittling Brad Pitt, and then Brad Pitt sees the daughter working. She has no idea that this Brad Pitt and this guy were even talking. And he looks at her, he says something. He goes, he didn't want his food. Do you want it? Like you could have it or whatever. And he's like, no. And she goes, come on, let's just go. And then he's just looking at her. And Brad Pitt did not have good luck. No offense to this girl. I don't think she's ugly. But compared to what Brad Pitt. Yeah, this is Brad Pitt. He was like the sexiest man alive for like multiple years, I think. And like he's got this girl, and then Freddy's Nightmares. You should see the nightmare he has in that episode. And it was just like he just got the best he had was Tracy Gold, and he actually got to make out with her a lot in that episode that they were in together. So yeah, he's with this girl, and he tells her, and I don't know how this is a compliment. I don't know what girl would take this as a compliment. He looks at her and he goes, "You got your daddy's eyes," and I'm like,
"Daddy's eyes?
What? Who?" And then she's like,
likes his daddy.
She's like blushing, like that. Oh wow! And then so he takes her. I don't think she's ugly. So he takes her.
More like his nose.
What?
More like his nose.
More like his nose.
Yeah, she's got his daddy's look. Her daddy's.
Oh,
look.
her nose. His nose. Yeah. Oh, okay. That went over my head. I was like, what? But anyway, she just met this guy, and now she's making out with him, and his dad's gonna look out the window and go, "You fucking whore!" No. So he's like, oh yeah, he's like using the daughter now. I don't know how, because it doesn't really make sense. I don't know. So he takes this envelope, he puts it in the mailbox, and it's basically just showing the sheriff his past. Like he's kind of blackmailing the sheriff into racing him.
Yeah, it's like newspaper articles of like that car crash that he was involved with, like after a race that he had. But like that's all I really get from that. It's just that he knows a lot about his past, and he's like a retired racer that's a cop now.
He committed manslaughter, like during a race, and he just disappeared. Like he eluded the cops, or he's been on the run ever since. So and now he leaves this evidence, this newspaper article that he's a sheriff now. I guess he turned his life around and started abiding by the law and becoming the sheriff in town. And it just says, that this teenager died. He was just drag racing or whatever. So he's like teasing him, like, let's go, let's do this. Funny enough. And then he keeps harassing him, and this guy's just, Brad Pitt's just with the girl. And Brad Pitt pulls up to him. He's on the side of the road. And Brad Pitt like says like it's like that Dave Chappelle skit where Dave Chappelle says like is a comedy bit that he goes like I was in the car with my friend, and he pulls up next to a cop and he's high, and he goes, David, I'm gonna race him. And then he starts revving the engine, and he's like, Chip, no, don't do it. He's a cop, you can't, Chip, no. And he goes, he said, I wanted to do that, but I was high. The cop didn't have no idea. So the light turned green, he just goes off, speeds off. So he says the cops pull him over, and it says, do you know what you just did or whatever? And then he goes, Chip's answer was,
sorry, officer, I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Yeah, that's the best comedy special, one of the best of all time. That was his first before the Chappelle Show. That was great. Have you seen it?
Oh, a long time ago. That was from Killing Them Softly, right?
Yeah, fantastic. He's great.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So the same thing happens here, though. That's why I mentioned it, because he's looking at the cop, and he's like, vroom, 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 and then the light turns green, and he just speeds off, and the cop's the guy doesn't do shit. He don't go after him for a little while, and then all of a sudden the cop goes after him, and he's like, I'm in a pursuit or whatever. This is a high-speed chase. So but then
pretty much just forced just go chase him, and I think eventually he loses him, right? And then
well,
I think he comes back home, and he's at his house with his daughter, right?
Well, no, I think he almost crashes. he almost hit, like it's like coming, like it's another truck, and the cop kind of like swerves out of the road. So yeah.
Yeah, like swerves, loses
Right here.
control, and just loses him after. Oh, like a semi truck came by.
Yeah, that's a funny.
Nowhere near that close, but like Brad should have been more scared.
I like Brad's car in this episode, even though
Yeah,
it's
cool.
yellow. Yeah, so he's pissed off, and then the next day was the cop come home, and he catches Brad Pitt in the house fucking his wife. I mean his daughter.
His daughter, yeah.
Yeah, that time he was looking at her. He was like,
You fucking hoe!
"I love
He didn't
that."
seem that upset about it. It seemed like he just
Yeah,
saw
he
his
was
car
more-
outside, and he was just more
Yeah.
mad that he was at his house.
Yeah, not that he fucked his daughter. She's like, "Daddy,
Yeah.
nothing happened." He's like, "I don't give a fuck." This guy's been fucking with me. He wants to race me.
He put a tarantula on my mailbox, and
Yeah, and but she's trying to
exploded
blackmail me.
race him. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And you know, this character that Brad does, he does very well after, like, this is some way. Brad's good at this type of character. I mean, he's better later on, he's good at a lot of things. I think Brad Pitt's an underrated actor, to be honest. And
Yeah, it is developing. I mean, this is a few years removed from that Freddy's Nightmare episode we're going to talk about.
he won an Oscar for the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, right? For
I
Best
think
Supporting
so.
Actor. I think that's the first one he won. Yeah. She's like, "Daddy, we didn't do anything, even though I didn't have my shirt on, and I'm in the room and he's in the kitchen with no shirt on, and obviously we finished fucking." You know? Anyway, what does he tell him? "I just want to share the road with you, ass
Single
man."
parent too, Joe. If you get 5 to 10, who's gonna take care of Carrie? Oh, don't look so down, Joe. You're tearing me up here. You should have known I was coming along sooner or later. So be a man about it. Just think of me as your karma, Joe. Karma? Okay. Just you and me on the starting line, Joe. That's all. Yeah, that's all.
You know how close
Yeah.
actors used to have to stand in a scene, especially for TV, because of the frame. So they'd have to be like really close, because if they're gonna send the film to TV later, they have to be like that. Like he was like kissing the dude, and then they always film like pretty close, even with the new aspect ratio and everything. They still film close until COVID. Then they were like 5 miles away from each other, and you're like, "Whoa, this is weird," because every time we saw everything all the time for decades, where actors are very close talking to each other, abnormally close. The close talker, like of Seinfeld, like he's a close talker. That's this. So wait, that he did win for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah, back in 2020 when it came out. Supporting actor.
Yeah. So this guy goes to get his old car from a buddy of his at a junkyard after he accepts Brad Pitt's racing challenge, and he shows up, and I think that's the fucking car from Freddy's Nightmares. That's the version it was supposed to be.
Was it
That Cadillac? I think it's a Cadillac.
Freddy Mobile? They said it was. Well, they played a song that said what it was. It's like a '57 Chevy.
Yeah, 57 Chevy. Let's see.
And it's like some ridiculous song that plays when he gets his car back.
I'm a bad man. No.
57 Chevy.
I got my copyright finally for my old script that's useless.
Oh snap!
It's a Cadillac Eldorado, 57 Cadillac Eldorado. But it looks pretty close to it,
Oh yeah.
right? Look at the back too.
It looks very similar.
Actually, right now. Yeah,
Yeah,
keep
but-
doing this.
Yeah, because Garrett,
See?
the cop's car is like it's black 57 Chevy, and it's got like those got that blower, or that's just souped up pretty much on the on the front. You see that on the top of the hood there?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what this one
Souped
has
up.
too.
Yeah, it's all souped up. Those look pretty cool.
I don't know what that shit's
Those things,
called.
those cars weigh a shit ton, so that thing's gonna be going fast.
Joe, you old dog, you. I knew you had this puppy stowed away somewhere.
You ready, Billy?
Oh, yeah. Had some fun, didn't we, sweetheart?
What?
Go on.
Daddy, I didn't know he was a creep.
After you bang him. Oh yeah, it's just leading her on until eventually use her as leverage to get him to race.
Yeah.
Brad did do a pretty good job with
In
what
this
he was
episode,
given.
yeah.
It's not bad.
Especially compared to everything else he's done. But yeah, then they race, obviously, and then it ends in tragedy. The episode's very short. They make the racing scenes.
Yeah,
They make the
super
racing
short.
scenes last a long time. Yeah. I don't know how they didn't see this though. I'm gonna go back to this.
It was so weird because like he just drives and then he just hits the brakes and then he's like, why do you stop? And then
Look
it
at
just
his face. I love this.
It just
Hold
drives right into a bulldozer.
Right here. They're driving. Do you see this? He didn't even swerve out of the way.
Yeah.
If it would have been okay if they came around a curve, you know?
Yeah, if it did like a quick turn and he didn't see it, then it makes sense. But I was kind of like, gotta end this episode somehow. And yeah, he walks up to this car and he I forgot what he said, but he lights up his lighter and then there's some oil that was leaking underneath. And
Yeah.
just
He
runs away and it's got that big explosion.
he's still trying to kill him.
He's still trying to kill him. Yeah, it's like if we're gonna go down.
Yeah.
And him and his daughter walk away from the explosion and the fire going behind them and into the sunset.
I will say he does an okay job being almost this character, but they didn't do a good representation of showing him as a serial killer. They just showed him as a weirdo that was like a stalker, a stalker, like a fanboy, like the movie The Fan with Robert De Niro and Wesley Snipes, you know, something like that, like just a stalker. That's all he was. But anyway, but compared to Brad Pitt in his other debut performance of what was he in this one?
This was Black Tickets is the episode, right?
Yeah, Freddy's Nightmare season 1.
This one oddly, I mean, this one felt more Tales from the Crypt than this one.
You say
The
that.
other episode did.
And I remember watching it. I'm like, this is a little corny. This is not only a little corny. There's scenes that's just
it's very corny, but
very ridiculous.
but at least it feels more in tune with what could have been, I guess, a Tales episode.
But this is another scene that's funny. Let's talk about tragic tragedies. So, in this episode of Freddy's Nightmares, Brad Pitt and his girlfriend are leaving Springwood, and they're running away from home, and they're gonna start a life together in San Diego. And as they're on their way leaving, they just don't seem to be able to leave. It's like something's forcing them not to go. Their car breaks down, things like that.
And they're trying to get out of Springwood, right? And then the car crashes, and they mentioned something about
the car breaks down.
I mean, car
I said
breaks
San
down.
Diego. Alan doesn't listen.
Now they mentioned San Francisco.
Oh, San Francisco. I said that. It was Alan doesn't listen to me.
No, you said San Diego.
I know. I'm sorry. So here we go. The car broke down. They need help. She wants to go home now, and he's like, no. And this scene is hilarious to me.
Oh yeah, there's a couple in here that.
Why didn't we see it before?
Oh, random.
Who cares? We are saved.
Right here.
Yeah.
Rick, what's that noise?
He doesn't see that.
The car just. I thought he died. It was like, oh, that's it. That's all we're
Car
getting.
just rammed into him. It's just You can see it from a mile away. The lights are the only lights in the entire road. And
A whole minivan.
what's the sound, Rick? And then you look.
Please help us.
Oh, this one was funny too.
We need
Yeah.
a lift to Springwood.
This
We
part.
have to get to a
This
hospital.
the commercial break. It was a commercial break. It was a commercial break, right? After he got hit, he got plowed. Okay, plowed. He would have been spaghetti on the windshield of that guy's car because that's no. So
Car was
you're like,
going
oh
at
my
least
god.
50 miles an hour.
Yeah, and it ran over him. It showed like the dummy like fell and then it ran over it. Okay, we'll be right back after these words from our sponsors. And then Freddie comes back and all of a sudden you see the girl on the road and these old people are there. He goes, "We need help."
I got hit crossing the road. Oh, you're lucky, son.
He's standing like nothing happened.
We'd be happy to help you kids out.
Come on,
Yeah, no
Dad.
scrapes. No,
Yeah,
nothing. No broken.
nothing.
No broken. Nothing broken.
I got hit by a car and I need a hospital for what reason? That's the one thing I say about this episode because they focused a lot on dreams on this stupid show. I think that was the worst thing idea. I get that Freddy's the dream guy and it was kind of focused on nightmares, but I think that kind of hurt the show after I watched the whole because
Yeah, I
they
was
didn't
gonna
always
ask
do
you.
it.
I was gonna ask you if this was a theme in the show because a lot of the stuff in this two-parter or the whole full hour of the episode is like, yeah, like sometimes you couldn't know if it was a dream or not, and then they end up waking up from the dream, and then that's it. And nothing else happens.
I
It's
don't
weird
even know.
because like the second half it just mostly deals with like the
yeah.
girls' fears of becoming a mother because they think that she got pregnant because she missed her. He was late on her period. But like Brad's character, I don't really know what he was afraid of because like he had a couple of moments where he was dreaming and woke up, but like they didn't
Growing
really. I guess just growing up, right?
Growing
But
up
like,
with responsibility, yeah. Even though he was running away from his problems, according to
oh yeah,
you know. But the thing is, this show, this episode, the whole series was like that. They'd start out with a few characters for one part, and there's the whole half hours focused on one character, and then there'll be some other character involved in that first half that takes on the second half. The show should have been a half hour. They made it an hour and it ruined it because they have a lot of good elements. Every time I watch this show, I always go, I like the first half of this. There's very rarely that I like a whole episode. Like this, I love the first half, even though it's corny and campy and ridiculous, as you'll see coming up. But I like the first half with Brad and people that are listening, you won't see. But you gotta go find us on YouTube, but or Rumble. But you know, you can hear it. You can hear the camp, the way it's performed too, and everything. But yeah, but I like this scene. This is not really anything important. I just like the. Let me try to increase the speed so this way we don't get flagged online.
Yeah, just to pad out this one because the King of the Road wasn't all that crazy of an episode to get into in depth. But like, yeah, I mean, this Freddy's Nightmares is.
We're just looking at Brad's acting at this time as well.
Yeah.
At the same time.
And it's also in a way it's similar formula to Tales, like at least because Freddy was the host of the show and he would introduce the episode.
He was the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah, it was his version of the Crypt Keeper. It was pretty cool. It was a vibe.
It was all right. The show is actually I missed it. The show. There's a whole playlist if you guys are interested out there. I have a whole playlist of Freddy's Nightmares that I did live action reviews for. I do miss it. I hated it at the time. I hated it, but I had so much fun editing it, and I did miss it. It was so bad. It was like it's something that's so bad, it's so good. You'll see coming up. But this is another thing I thought was cool because I think this is before. Oh, this is 90 something, so no, it's after Bill and Ted, but still, they're in a phone booth.
Oh yeah, that was random
That was
too.
cool,
Like,
yeah.
was that it? That was
Let me just explain.
was cool, but then they end up randomly at the
Hotel.
motor lodge.
Yeah, that's the thing. This episode was really, really out there. This was a total dream.
I thought I saw like a forklift or something like carry this phone booth there. Or
there was a tow truck there for the car.
Oh, for the car.
And they needed money to take the car away, and then I don't know.
Yeah, it's like it's weird. That was the weirdest part. Like, did that happen? And then how the hell did he get?
Yeah,
to
they
the
get
motor
to
lodge
the.
afterwards?
I don't even think the episode happened at all. I think this episode was a total dream. Like again, I said, I made
seems
Alan
like,
watch
yeah.
it. I did
I was
not
trying to
watch it because I
understand. I was
watched
trying to
it years ago.
understand. Yeah, I was trying to understand the first half because it was like, yeah, everything was a dream. It kept waking up from. It threw me in for a loop a little bit.
Yeah. Well, this is actually 89, so this is before.
Yeah, this was a few years.
That's why he got better.
King of the Road, he did get better.
And this was, I think, it came out before Tales from the Crypt. The series of Freddy's Nightmares. That A.L. Katz worked for Freddy's Nightmares, and then he left to go to Tales from the Crypt. But
Now I know why.
oh well, it's a good smart move. I mean, I don't think I liked that many of his episodes on Nightmare on Elm Street, but there might be some that I did like. There's a whole Freddy had a kid before the movie Freddy's Dead. Like there's an episode where he has a child, and like you find out that he had an actual kid, and that's a good episode. They have good episodes. There's one with Mariska Haggerty, that was good. There's a bunch of fun episodes too, but a lot of them are just awful, and they're too long. There's no need, like this.
Yeah,
we're not even
like
going to talk about the second half of this garbage.
I mean, I don't mind, but it basically just, I think I already summed it up earlier. Yeah, it's just
It's all about her.
girlfriend's fears of becoming a mother and all those responsibilities that come with it. I mean, there's some cool scenes of her dreaming that and their fears, but that's really about it.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
before that, there's that cool scene with the jacuzzi.
No, yeah, it's that was that was so bad. I didn't clip that one. I could find it.
That one was cool, but yeah, it was
I gotta.
funny.
Actually, now you maybe I gotta show that one too to people out there, and they could hear it. That was like, I think I laughed so hard. Hold on.
Yeah, Brad was going wild in that scene.
Oh, I have.
Yeah, that's
okay.
a bit later. Yeah, later on after they get to the lodge.
Yeah, no, we're
Motor
gonna
lodge.
get. I will show the lodge right now. I'm just looking for that scene because that's another dream. The whole episode is dream.
Gotta
Dream.
Yeah, gotta put that on the thumbnail.
Yeah, well, here we go. Let me play this.
Let me just explain. But every week, Buzz and I go out on the road looking for someone just like you.
Look at
We
that
get involved
acting.
in your life. We solve your problem. We make a difference.
That sounds great.
That, my friends, is the philosophy of the Route 66.
Yeah, it's like overacting and
Yeah.
Buzz, back up.
stereotypical.
This guy
and
was
also
laughing.
self-referential, like at least what the themes were, or just like the hate of like the younger kids relating to them running away. Is like, oh, we put all our money into even that scene of you didn't show that part with the elderly couple that robbed them after after they waved them down, and then it's like, we're spending the bumper sticker. There's a bumper sticker on the car that says we're spending our children's inheritance. So that was hilarious.
So here we go.
Representation of the boomers right there.
This is the scene Alan is talking about at the. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
He goes downstairs to talk to the guys. And then they mention, oh, I keep my piranhas in the jacuzzi. It's like, what? And the girlfriend was gonna go into the jacuzzi and comes running up there and randomly gets shot by a bow and arrow by Cupid that was formerly a statue in the room.
Yeah, he says
Part
there's
of, like, the lover
piranhas.
suite.
Yeah, right here. Huh?
So weird. It feel like a surreal David Lynch thing they're going with on this one.
Yeah, but it's filmed like this part.
Yeah, this part. Yeah. The fake arm, the guy.
He went like. I gotta give him credit, man. I gotta give him credit. Like he really. I mean, it looks so bad. It looks so fake. There's not even like why. And then he tried. He tries. He goes. He goes with it. You know, like I gotta give him credit for that. But
yeah.
That was that scene, and then we got to go back to the last parts. So the guy I was saying, the guy was this part I love. Miranda.
Mm-hmm.
Miranda is locked in the sauna, and he runs downstairs to get help, and nobody's around. But he goes, "She's gonna melt." I was like,
yeah,
she's not gonna melt.
And then randomly cops show up and arrest them.
Yeah, hold on, here it goes.
That was another random thing.
Help me.
By the way, Brad Pitt's always, it almost, all of these shows, He's taking off his shirt.
Oh yeah.
King of the Road. He's taking off his shirt. Yeah, this he took off his shirt too.
Great, you can help me. Come on, son, door's broke. I said drop it. Or do you feel lucky today? She'll melt in there.
She'll melt in there. Then this is the part where it doesn't matter. This is the girl's story, and Brad's not in it at all, really.
Yeah, that's what makes me think. I guess that first half was all a dream because it ends on a weird part too.
No, the whole even this is a dream. This is not happening.
Yeah.
I don't know I don't remember how it ends, but
I think the only
she's crazy.
the only part that's real is near the end.
Yeah, she went crazy right here. Yeah, she goes, "How could this have happened?" Her brain's getting to show all sorts of anomalies. But
well, before that, like, what was it? She found out that she wasn't pregnant, so she celebrated, and then the cuckoo clock behind her fell, and she tripped over that and just landed on her head awkwardly, and then because of that head injury, she's like mentally a child, and
yeah,
that's how the episode ends. So
yeah, right here.
She never grew up. That's the irony.
So dumb. It's so dumb.
Thanks, Freddie.
Yeah. So
oh man,
it was it's a stupid episode, but I just wanted to contrast it because I figured Alan deserves something fun to watch.
It was fun to watch, so I appreciate that.
You know, because this episode was okay, but it was just not a Tales from the Crypt episode. It could have been. I mean, if he was killing these guys, you know, or like he didn't really bother this guy because he only had if he killed the guy's wife, let's say he had a wife. And he killed her. Give it more gravitas, but it wasn't supposed to be Tales from the Crypt, so I don't know what this.
That's why it's hard to grade this on that scale because it was just one of those things where, yeah, like you mentioned, it was part of the movie they're trying to pitch into a series, I think, right? And the Twisted Tales, and that's what they made, and it just never got picked up, and they just decided to throw it into the middle of this season. For extra content, I would have been all right without it, to be honest.
Think about this. It starts with Showdown, the Two Fisted Tales movie. It starts with Showdown. The middle is King of the Road, and the end is Yellow.
Yeah.
What what is this?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the thought process was when they were putting this together to pitch. I mean, makes sense that it didn't get picked up. It's like, well, I mean, what are the themes here? What were they trying to go for? It's just. I mean, it could have been good if they stuck with a certain theme. That's not necessarily like horror or supernatural like Tales is, but yeah, I wasn't sure what they were going for with the Two Fisted Tales. Maybe we ever get any folks from that show that worked on it, we can ask them. I think your mic cut out. I don't hear you.
Hello, you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I said I think AL Cats talked about what the premise of if it was supposed to be, but I'm not really sure. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta look it up and see what he said. But all in all, these 3 episodes, Yellow was the best out of all of them, and only because of the twist ending at the end, because you thought he was gonna get away, and because Zemeckis directing it, and visually it's good. Besides that, it's also. The twist ending makes it Tales from the Crypt because it goes back to like the first episode where Richard Donner did of Richard Donner did with Bill Sadler of the Man Who Was Death. You know, like he ends up getting the electric chair after all that. You know, so that made it like a Tales that could be Yellow could be still a Tales from the Crypt episode because of that. But yeah, so I'm gonna give this.
That's the one that I like the most.
Yeah, Yellow is the only one. I mean, the Showdowns is good too. Compared to the, I mean, they're not. Again, I'm being fair, and they're not terrible. They're well made. They're well shot. It looks 100 times better than Freddy's Nightmares. Freddy's Nightmares is just stationary. It feels like just a generic show. That's the that was the biggest problem.
Like film on like a cheap set, right?
Soundstage all the time. Like it was just horrible, and they reuse sets, just paint, do a fresh coat of paint, but it's always the same garbage. And Tales from the Crypt, there's production value in it, so I give it that. And
we can give it that.
They got good actors to come. We were all friends, and they acted. And Brad, he was good in it. He was decent enough. So I'm gonna give this episode 2.5 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I'm actually going to give it the same. I was going to give it lower, but I guess given everything that we discussed about it, and at least it wasn't terribly made. It had good quality and good production behind it. Brad was pretty solid in it, and yeah, I think that's fair. 2.5 for me. It's fair. It makes sense, and given all the context behind it, I mean, I think that's more than fair. I wouldn't watch it again, but yeah, I'm glad at least we got the cover and stay consistent with like watching all these episodes season by season. Did you want to rate that Freddy's Nightmare episode, or not really?
I mean,
it's probably a 2 out of 5
just,
for me on that one.
I'll go 1.5 because not because the first half was good. It's funny and it goes back and forth, but you don't really, I mean, I already knew because I knew the show. This is the dream. I mean, a lot of them are dreams. Almost all of them, I think, are based around dreams.
Yeah, let me mention real quick. The ending of that first part is like after, Brad somehow manages to escape
the cops.
Like he was in the back of the squad car, and he starts just starts kicking the back of their seats, and then they're like, "Hey, settle down," and then they lose control, and then you see a shot of the hill, and then an explosion. It's like, what? Then he manages to get back to the apartment, and the girl was, "Oh yeah, I managed to."
Where have you been? Yeah, I got out.
It was so strange. And then later on, they take the van, and then they end up running over himself. Like, what?
Wait, I gotta show that part. Actually,
show that part, because that part was weird.
This was hilarious. I love this part too. When I first watched it, the way he says it,
like, it was strange.
I killed a cop. It was like, what? Yeah.
I need a soundbite of this. Yeah, it was so weird.
Miranda? Oh, you got out. You're okay.
I fixed the lock. What happened to you?
I'm in real trouble, Miranda. I killed 2 cops.
It's not funny.
I'm not
It's
joking.
dirty as hell.
Oh, and then she goes, "What are you doing? You can't just run
They're gonna
away."
blame me.
And he goes, "I could run away from anything."
20 minutes.
Watch.
Come on. Time, we gotta get out of town fast.
You can't run from this.
I can run from anything. We'll go to California. We'll change our names.
You're crazy. You've got to give yourself up and explain what happened.
Miranda, please come with me. I love you.
Yeah, somehow you
It's not fixed
survived
yet.
that car
We
explosion.
gotta run. There's no time.
I don't know what I don't remember what the fuck actually, like, when you think about it, like were they in the car the whole time? I think like
Yeah, like
they fell asleep in the
They
car,
found
right?
the van. They found the van. They drove off, and they ran
the van
over
over,
somebody.
and they saw that they were dead. It was them.
That was themselves. Yeah,
Yeah, but then I don't know what.
it
Then-
didn't make sense. It was weird.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
don't-
gonna chalk it up that whole thing was a dream, and at some point there's part
they're in the
that is
hospital.
reality.
I don't know.
It's strange. It's
Yeah.
strange how this was constructed, or how that ended.
Yeah, I forgot. Let me just play this part because I haven't seen it.
But
Yeah, the van that hit him and made him spaghetti. That we should have made him spaghetti earlier. I guess it really did hit him, and it and her killed them both. So they're like, in a way,
They're
that's a
just
good.
seeing
This was a good
themselves.
story. That's what I'm saying. This story, where it ended.
but in the beginning, the van drove off. It never stopped.
Yeah, I know. But like that, they're ghosts. The idea that they're ghosts and it's not dreams and it's just like hell. You know what I
Guess
mean?
they're in like
Purgatory.
in purgatory.
Yeah, and they're reliving it because she's still alive. So he's like, "What the hell's going on?" Like, but now I think he is his brain right now, and
Yeah,
he's
he must
in the
be
hospital.
dreaming.
Yeah, he's in the hospital. As they don't really explain it, but like, that's what
I
I'm
think Freddy
assuming
explained
was.
it.
He never did. That's the thing. Everything Freddy did in this show was just he just came to set, filmed some shit, and then they gave him a paycheck.
They filmed a bunch of stuff. They cut and pasted in.
Sometimes he was in the episode, and those were good. Most of the time, they were good, except I forgot which one
Hey,
was
you got-
terrible.
Hey, kudos to Robert Englund. Hey, he made his money.
Either way, that was another thing we could do. Like we were saying earlier, which wasn't recorded, that after this is done with Tales from the Crypt, Creeps of the Crypt, we're still gonna be Creeps of the Crypt, and we could be Creeps of the Crypt instead of a Tales from the Crypt podcast, which I do want to do. I want to do Tales from the Crypt, a Tales from the Dark Side podcast, and review those
Hey.
because those are also based on EC Comics. Well, the idea for the show was inspired by EC Comics, and George Romero, our acclaimed director, was an executive producer of Tales from the Dark Side. So it'll be good to watch those. And those are corny but funny. It was a special era, a special, beautiful time. You know, I think that kind of helped. Like besides, you know, the Zemeckis and these big name producers doing this show for HBO, that really helped. But something like that, Tales from the Dark Side was successful. It has a lot of seasons. I think that inspired it. Also, these genres all together. I mean, you say Twilight Zone, things like that, elevated it. So there's a lot of stuff we could do, and I look forward to doing that because I'd like doing the podcast more than. I mean, who knows? I might start my YouTube channel again, doing reaction videos, but I don't know. I'm not doing these rewinds anymore because I'm just not interested in spending all my time talking and writing and about something that I like the movie, but I don't like it that much that I'm gonna.
Yeah, I get that.
But anyway, so that's this episode of Creeps of the Crypt. I don't know when we're gonna come back because who knows. But this was an okay episode. It's, I mean, not for Tales from the Crypt, but whatever. So yeah. If you want to follow us, you can follow us on X at Creeps of Crypt or at Ghost Crusader TV. That's where you can follow us, get our YouTube posts or videos or Rumble versions of this or BitChute or wherever you watch. You can watch us visually, or you can listen to us on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, anywhere. Anyway, yeah, that's it.
Worldwide.
That's it for episode 51. A lot of problems to get to it, and you got 2 reviews out of this episode. You got we didn't rate. Did we? Oh yeah, we did. We rated it. So you got 2 reviews for this episode. You got one for Freddy's Nightmares with Brad Pitt, and you got one for Tales from the Crypt with Brad Pitt. Anyway, yeah, that's that, and we will talk to you guys next time.
Peace.